NirvanaDad. Cat's Insanity. Written by Kuppy. I have always been a fan of lost media, mainly lost episode cartoons in particular. I usually try to find anything Nickelodeon related I can get my hands on. And lately, I've been trying to get every single episode of Catdog I could find. However, there is an episode I discovered in my past that I would like to discuss with you today. You see, one day, the creator of the show, Peter Hannon, was doing a Q&A. After everyone was finished asking him questions about the show and any other projects he's worked on in the past, he then says he has a surprise treat for everyone who was at the Q&A. He said he had with him an episode of Catdog that was never seen by the public. He said that it's an episode that almost got him in trouble with Nickelodeon and almost got the show immediately canceled. Mr. Hannon then politely asked the audience to turn off all cell phones and cameras. As far as I know, everyone did, including myself. He then finally said to us all that the episode was very dark. He also admitted to being in a dark place at the time himself when he made it. He warned that the episode isn't for the faint of heart, and to anyone who doesn't want the show possibly ruined for them to leave and have a good day. No one left. Everyone stayed to see. The lights went out and the episode started, with the Catdog theme song playing as it does in the other episode. The title card showed that the episode was titled Cat's Insanity. It showed Cat pulling out his fur in the title card, with a dark gray background and the letters in pink worm-like color. The episode begins with Catdog running from the greasers. They turn into a dead-end alley and begin to panic, knowing that there is no escape. They then back up into a brick wall at the end of the alley as the greasers approach them. "It's time for your weekly beating, cat butt," said Cliff, the leader of the group. As they beat up Catdog, you can hear Cliff laugh, and as he pounds Cat in particular, you can hear him calling him a complete wuss and a wimp. After the beating finally ends after a good 10 seconds, the greasers begin to walk away, all laughing. Cat then says something under his breath. Not 100% sure on what he said, but it sounded like, "I'm done." He then dusts his fur off and tells Dog to get a move on back home. As they headed home and get to the door of their house, Winslow is there waiting as they walk inside. "Geez, what happened to you guys?" Cat replied and said, "Nothing, just get lost." Winslow, still smiling and slightly laughing, said, "Well, if I remember correctly, Cat, didn't you say you had a date this week?" Cat then pushed Winslow aside and rushed to the calendar with excitement. "That's right. Tonight's the night. Maxine is coming for dinner." Hearts then filled up Cat's eyes, and he then rushes him and Dog over to the mirror to get ready in a very quick fashion. As he was almost done and ready to go, there was a knock at the door. Cat sends Dog over to the door to see who was there. Dog answers the door. At the door was Rancid Rabbit, who had many different jobs throughout each episode of the show itself, but this time he was apparently the landlord of Catdog. He then says to them, "It's come to my attention that you boys haven't paid your rent in 3 months. So, what gives? What? Cat, struggling with words, says that all he has in his bank account at the moment is just a few $100s, but he would have the rent by tomorrow. "This will not do. No, sir, not at all," said Rancid. "You boys pay now or get out." Cat then says, "Look, I said tomorrow. Now get out of my way, sir, as I have a date with a beautiful woman tonight." He then pushes the rabbit out the door and slams it. Winslow then comes up to Cat saying, "Yo, Cat, I made a pie for you and your girlfriend." Cat then looks at Winslow with a suspicious look on his face. Why are you being so nice? Usually you do anything and everything you can to make my life miserable. Oh, come on, Cat, said Winslow. Do you really think I'm that cold-hearted? What are you, nuts? He then comes and knocks at the door. Cat looking a bit annoyed at this point. I thought I told that darn rabbit I'd pay him and to leave. As he opens the door, there stands his date. Cat's eyes soon turn into hearts. Oh, you're early, Cat said. No, I'm on time, said the girl, a very beautiful cat with shiny golden fur. Cat looks at his watch. Oh my, so you are on time. Sorry, I guess time slipped past me. Cat then laughs. Oh, come on in. And may I say how gorgeous you are tonight? Cat rushes over to Winslow and says, Winslow, I need that pie. Please tell me it's a normal pie. No tricks. Winslow laughs. What are you so worried about? Of course it's a normal pie. Cat then snatches it and brings it to the dinner table to sit down. Dog being under the table. Cat, do you think I could have some of that pie? Cat with a smile on his face tells him, if there's some left, I'll give you some, Dog. The girl says to Cat, this pie looks amazing. May I cut it? If that's what my lady wants, that's what my lady gets, says Cat, handing her the cutting knife. As she takes the knife and she goes for the pie with it. It then explodes, covering her face with what I assume is blueberry pie. She then starts to freak out on Cat, scolding him about the incident. Cat tries to defend himself, but it's no use, as she storms out the house and leaves. Cat tearing up as Winslow could be heard laughing. So, Cat, how was your date? Cat looks over at Winslow with a very angry expression. You, he says. I hate you. Come on, Cat, you're making me blush. Cat drags Dog into the bathroom and stares at himself in the mirror for about 20 to 30 seconds. This is the part that made everyone kind of feel something was wrong, as he just sat there staring quietly, not moving an inch. The laughter of Winslow can be heard in the background. I'll make them pay. I'll make them all pay for this. Cat then starts to walk out the bathroom. Later that night. Cat, what are you doing? I'm making dinner, Dog. Do me a favor. Invite the greasers over for dinner. Tell them we're having pie. The greasers, says Dog. Yes, Dog, the greasers. It then cuts to later that night, as the greasers and Winslow all sit around the table waiting for Cat to bring out dinner. Cat lays the pie on the table and starts to cut it, giving each of them a slice. Dog then tries to eat his pie. Nuh-uh, Dog. Let our guests and roommate have the first taste. As the others eat the pie, you can hear them start to gasp for air, and what seems to be a choking sound. Next to this was the most disturbing part. The greasers and Winslow all try to beg for help, as Dog tries, Cat pushing him down. No, Dog, leave them be. But Cat, I said leave them! Dog does as Cat says, and eventually it gets quiet, cutting to the next scene of Cat burying them all. As the sun rises, Rancid Rabbit walks up on Cat. Well, boys, where's my rent money? Cat looks up, smiling an almost evil, sadistic smile. Why, it's right inside. How about you come inside and have a slice of pie, and I'll get it for you. It then ends with them all walking into the house, and then the screen goes black, leaving me and quite a few others disturbed by the whole ideal. I don't like talking about it much, but it's nice to get what I and others have seen off my chest. I could tell you one thing. Whoever let Nickelodeon make an episode as dark and disturbing as this, they need some serious help. And I hope no one ever has to watch this episode. I also apologize if I've ruined the show for you.